What's going on, guys? Tyler here and welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of Addicks Editions, my transfer series where I make individual videos about every player that Charlton sign and decide whether they're good signings, mediocre, alright signings, or just flat out bad additions. It's safe to say that Bowyer and Steve Gallen had a very busy afternoon yesterday as they managed to acquire not one but two new signings to Charlton's team ahead of the 2019-20 Championship campaign, and I am absolutely buzzing with the additions that we've made. We have managed to acquire the signatures of Milton Keynes Dons striker Chuks Aneke and Bristol Rovers defender Tom Lockyer, both of them joining the club on a free transfer on 2-year deals. This is absolutely fantastic business from Charlton. Incredible work by Bowyer and Gallen to get these two over the line, and they are very, very decent players indeed. I'm much looking forward to seeing them play in pre-season and of course in the Championship season. Absolutely brilliant bits of business from the club and brilliant acquisitions. I'm going to go through the club statements about both of them and then I'll give my thoughts on both of them following them joining the club yesterday on free transfers. So we'll start off with MK Dons striker Chuks Aneke. This was the statement that the club put out about Chuks and what Bowyer and Gallen had to say. So the statement reads as follows. Bowyer has made Chuks Aneke his second signing of the summer, with the striker joining the club from Milton Keynes Dons. The versatile 25-year-old who scored 19 goals for the promotion-winning Dons last season has put pen to paper on a 2-year deal following the expiration of his contract at Stadium MK. He joins fellow forward Macaulay Bonne, who signed from Leyton Orient earlier this month, through the door at the Valley as Bowyer begins to build his squad ahead of the 2019-20 Championship campaign. Speaking to Valley Pass, Aneke said, "It feels great. I'm delighted to be at such a big club. I can't wait to get started. I've played at the Valley a few times. You come here, you see the atmosphere. It will be good to come here as a Charlton player." Charlton athletic boss Bowyer said, "He's versatile. He can play in the number 10 role just behind the strikers. He's a big physical boy, but don't be fooled by that because he can play. His goals and assists that he's been getting over the last few years is really good, and his awareness. He knows when and where to pass. It is exceptional." Head of recruitment Steve Gallen said, he's definitely a different type of player, an attacking player. He's skillful, a big strong boy. He can get hold of the ball and so he can cope in the Championship physically. I'm pleased that we've got one of the top scorers in the National League, Macaulay Bonne, and one of the top scorers in League 2 with Chuks. So we're heading in the right direction and we have a few more to get. Born in Newham, Aneke came through the youth system at Arsenal. As a youngster, he was capped at England on the 16th level through to under-19s. After League One loan spells with Stevenage, Preston North End and Crewe Alexandra, he joined Belgian club Zulte Waregem in 2014. He then moved to MK Dons in 2016, where he played 94 games, scoring 33 goals, spearheading them to promotion back to League One last term. So that was a statement about Chuks Aneke. Now, I have to say, Chuks has done very well whilst playing for Milton Keynes Dons. Of course, he was an integral part of their side that won promotion last season from League 2. They finished third. He scored 19 goals last season. Here's some of his goals down there in the bottom corner. But of course, he has to step up from League 2 to the Championship, which is quite a big step up. And not many strikers often have a good season from League 2 that come up from the Championship. But I have to say, I'm very looking forward to seeing what Aneke can do in the Championship. He's a versatile player, physically strong, can play in behind the number 10. And preferably up front. To be honest, I think he'll probably play up front. I think he'll be a good strike partner for Taylor. He's also quite fast. He knows when to pass the ball, and he's very composed in front of goal. Of course, he grew up in the youth system at Arsenal, has capped for England at an under-19 level. And of course did very well for MK Dons last season. I think he's going to be a very good signing. It's a much needed addition as well, as soon as we only had two strikers in Taylor and Bonne. I think Aneke is likely to get ahead of Bonne in the side and partner with Taylor. Do we need another striker though? That's the question. If we do, it'll probably be a loan deal. I can't really see us buying someone else, but I'm very looking forward to seeing Aneke in action in pre-season and especially in the Championship. I think he's going to be a very good signing and a very good strike partner with Lyle Taylor. So this is a very good bit of business. And the fact that we got him on a free transfer on a 2-year deal is a very good business from Gallen and Bowyer. So I'm very looking forward to seeing what Chuks can do in the Championship. Now let's move on to our second signing of yesterday, and that was centre-back Tom Lockyer. So let's get on to the statement that Charlton put up. And it is as follows. Bowyer has made Welsh international Tom Lockyer his third signing of the summer, with the defender putting pen to paper on a 2-year deal at the Valley. The 24-year-old, who's captained his former side Bristol Rovers, arrives at the club following the expiration of his contract at the Memorial Stadium. Capped 5 times by Wales, Lockyer is the second signing of the day after the club announced the arrival of striker Chuks Aneke from Milton Keynes Dons on Friday afternoon. Speaking to Valley Pass, Lockyer said, "The first time I sat down with Lee, it was quite surreal, to be honest. I was hanging off every word he said. I left the meeting thinking, wow, this is a challenge I want to be a part of. I've had meetings with other managers and compared them, but it wasn't quite something like that. I'm really excited to be working with them." Addicks boss Lee Bowyer was pleased to add Lockyer to his defence, saying, "He's a very good player. He's a winner. He puts his body on the line. He defends properly like the way a defender should, and he can play. I think that's a big part of what we need to do next season. We need to play from the back, and Tom's an international with Wales, so we've got a good signing in him. He was one of the few defenders that kept Lyle Taylor quiet this season." Charlton's head of recruitment, Steve Gallen, said, "He's definitely a leader. That's what springs to mind. And I've seen him at Bristol Rovers with the armband the last couple of years, and he's played like that. He's a captain. He's a winner. He's got a great attitude. He's a good football player. He's mobile and someone I've been following really for the last couple of years, and we've worked hard on it over the summer." Lockyer has been a stalwart at Bristol Rovers, where he played 284 games, scoring 7 goals, including 4 last season. To be here, especially when he said something like, "Wow, this is a challenge I want to be a part of," when Bowyer obviously giving his words of wisdom and inspiration as he usually does. But Lockyer seems to definitely been persuaded by Bowyer's wisdom and stuff like that. Of course, he captained Bristol Rovers last season. He was a big part of the Gases' defence last year. Of course, scoring 4 goals from centre-back last year. Here are his goals that he scored last season. Of course, not a goal scorer, as a centre-back, but to get 4 goals last season from a centre-back is quite impressive. Now, of course, he spent his whole career at Bristol Rovers so far, but unfortunately, he was part of a team last year that were mediocre, not exactly brilliant last season, but I think he's more than capable of stepping up to the Championship, though. Of course, he was a team captain. That means he's a leader. He's a 5'11", and of course, a Welsh international. Now, of course, Lockyer, in my opinion, is going to be replacing Pearce or Sarr in the first team. Of course, he's the replacement for Patrick Bowyer, who left to Preston, but I think he's going to replace one of the centre-backs in our team. Now, personally, I think that he's going to replace Naby Sarr, purely because Pearce is, of course, the club captain, team captain at the moment, and to have 2 team captains in our side, 2 leaders in the defence, is exactly what we need. Sarr, although he had a really good end to last season, I think that we need experience in the Championship. Lockyer and Pearce being team captains, they're going to have that experience. And I think Lockyer is a great addition, especially at age 24. Signed quite a lot of young lads this window so far. Bond being 23, Lockyer 24, and Aneke 25. And of course, to get him on a free transfer as well and on a two-year deal is very good business. And I'm very happy with this signing. I think he's going to do really well. Once again, do we need another centre-back? We've got Pearce, Sarr and Lockyer. Do we need another one? Do we loan in one? So that is it for this episode of Addicks Editions. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, can you possibly leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and turn those post notifications on so you're notified of when I post. Thanks for the support on the first episode of this series, because this video was the first episode of this series was very well received. It did really well. So thank you so much for that, guys. I'm really enjoying this series, and you guys seem to be doing that as well. So yeah, I really enjoy it. Welcome to Charlton, Chuks Aneke and Tom Lockyer. I hope that they have a fantastic season with the Addicks. I'm very impressed with this bit of business. Fantastic business from Gallen and Bowyer, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these players in action. This has been Tyler Runnington. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.